Bonjour mesdames et messieurs. In this episode I show you the latest version of Lightroom Mobile to retouch and organize your photo. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Rameli. I am a French photographer from the beautiful, the amazing, the incroyable city of Paris, France. And I make 1 to 2 tutorials per week. Now, I'm giving on every video a lot of free raw file, free preset, free Lightroom brushes, free Photoshop brushes, free anything, a lot. Hundreds and hundreds of free stuff. All you have to do is sign in on my website, put in your email address, confirm it, and boom, you're part of the photo search team and you're gonna get all that stuff for free. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking here. And this way you can get a notification when a new video comes out. All right, this week a new version of Lightroom Mobile came out and I was at Photoshop World and I got to speak with the Adobe team and they showed me some of all the cool features. I really like it. And I want to show you the workflow of working with Lightroom Mobile. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you about my Photo Search Academy, limited to 25 people for now, but all the information will be at the end. Mesdames et messieurs, here is Lightroom Mobile. Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. So, for this demonstration to work, you gotta be a Creative Cloud member, and I just want to remind you, if you go to my website, photosearch.com, and you click on my gear, you can save up to 20% on the Photoshop and Lightroom Creative Cloud photography plan. That is like almost $8 per month instead of 10 for Lightroom and Photoshop, plus all the Creative Cloud's goodies that you can get, like the one I'm going to show you today. Okay, so when you are in Lightroom, one of my biggest issues is I have an iPad Pro and I have an iPhone 6 and I, walk around a lot, talk to a lot of people, go to convention, and I want to show my photo all the time. So I want to make sure that whatever is on my phone is very fresh. For years, the system I've been doing was making collections into Lightroom, and then I would export this collection into a specific place on my hard drive called iDevice. iDevice was the name of the folder, and all the collection would be like a subfolder. Then what I would do is I would go over to iTunes. Let me show you. I go to iTunes, and on, like, this is my iPad, on Photos, I would synchronize the photo, and I would pick up Choose Folder, and I would take iDevice. You see, and there's 1,359 photos. And so what it was going to do is that it was going to put that on my iPad. Now, every time I had a new photo, I had to add it to the collection, then export it to that iDevice folder structure, then plug in my iPad or synchronize it with iTunes. Now, with Lightroom Mobile, this is much more faster, because all you have to do is be a Creative Cloud member, and then you click here, and you log in, you click here, you will see, if you're not logged in, it will say log in with Lightroom Mobile. You put in your Creative Cloud membership here, and now you get a new option. On any collections, what you can do is, I'm going to show you here, you see that little thing here, you can just click on it, and by default it's a square box. When you click on it, that collection is automatically going to go onto your Lightroom Mobile. So it's a very cool way, because all I have to do is now drag and drop a photo in my collection, and automatically I know it's going to be on all my iPhone, Android, whatever, using that system. But there is more. There is a lot more than that. You see, this catalog has 622 photos. I have another catalog with 70,000, so I've got 200,000 photos. And so I really use a lot collection to find what is my best. For example, I've been a lot in Los Angeles over the last year. I got 57 photos. I shot over 5,000 photos in Los Angeles, but there's only 57 that I really like. So if I jump over to my iPad Pro, here, let me just log in, you will see that I have a collection that's got 57 photos. If I click on it, you see all my photos, and I love the way it's presented, because every photo, when it's a panorama, it's a panorama. When it's not a panorama, and it's not on the iPhone, on the regular iPhone app, it's not presented this way. All the panoramas are made square, and I find that this is much more sexy to use. However, what's really cool is you can also use Lightroom Mobile to retouch your photo, and a new option came out last week with local adjustment tools. But, for example, I'm going to go here. So I'm in the Lightroom Mobile. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to create a new collection that I'm going to call iPad Pro. I'm on my iPad Pro, but the the user interface on the iPhone 6 is the same thing. It's just easier for me to do tutorials, but it wouldn't change anything if it was an iPhone. So I'm going to click iPad Pro. So now I created a collection in the iPad Pro. I can click on that collection. Right now it's empty. I can click on Add Photo. Okay, I'm going to go to my camera roll. I'm going to take an iPhone photo. This is an iPhone photo. I'm going to click Add One Photo. And now, mesdames et messieurs, I'm ready to retouch it in Lightroom. So I'm retouching an iPhone photo in Lightroom. And so I'm going to do my usual workflow, which is, I'm going to take my highlights and I'm going to bring them at -100. Okay? And then I'm going to take my shadows and I'm going to open them at +100. And then I'm going to do my blacks, which is here. And then I'm going to go -100, not minus, but a lot. I want really some nice blacks here. And then I'm going to take my whites and I'm going to go here to the right until I have something that I like. I look at my histogram. I just want to make sure I've got a good white point. And so that's my basic Lightroom workflow. But you know, if you follow my tutorials, what I love to do is local adjustments. But first, let's go to the crop tool. I want to make sure I'm going to click here. I'm going to rotate it to make sure it's straight. Okay, and I want to make it a little bit more panorama, so I'm going to do this. But you see the problem now is I have a 69 aspect ratio, which is cool. I just want to make sure I go to custom so I can do really whatever I want. Okay, with this, it's cool. No, it's not very straight. Okay, I like that. I like the idea of having a panel. I'm going to click on OK. And now here is the new thing. You see here, local adjustment. I click on it. And by default, you have the linear selection, which we know as the gradient tool. So you can just click with your finger and drag. Oops, I'm going to do it again. Click and drag. And you see in red, you know how it works. You got a gradient tool. So here at the top is whatever value I'm going to put in is going to be at 100%, and then it's going to go on a gradient. So if I, for example, take my exposure and I lower my exposure, it does it on a gradient. Really cool. Okay, now let's say that I want to do the same thing at the bottom because I want to make the bottom a little darker. I can click plus here and drag up instead of dragging down, and it does one at the bottom. And I could put this one at the bottom, and same thing, make the exposure go dark, really dark, maybe made a little bit higher. Voila, now I did like a cool vignette effect. But that's not all. I can click here now and go to the radial selection, and I can just click and drag and make a radial filter on the Mont Saint-Michel here. And you see that little dot here, when you click on it and you go up, it makes your feathering 100% not feathered, or down, completely feathered. Okay, now I can add in this some exposure and a little bit of clarity, and boom. Now I'm adding exposure and clarity on a very feathered thing. Just put a little, I'm actually going to put more exposure on this one. A little more. Voila. And I want to add another one, so I'm going to click here on plus, and I'm going to drag and drop here, make sure my feather is at 100%, and I want to add a little bit of exposure here, because I like something to be bright in the center of the photo, maybe here, to drag the viewer eyes. Okay, I'm going to go back in my global adjustment and add some contrast. Boom. And voila, I retouched the photo. Now, the retouching that I did is going to create also on my Lightroom, because it's synchronized, a collection called iPad Pro, and it's going to put this photo in it retouched. So let me show you. Let's go over here and let's go to iPad Pro. Now the thing is that it takes a little bit of time sometimes for whatever I did in, sometimes it's a minute, whatever I did in my iPad Pro to be synchronized with my Lightroom desktop. So we're going to wait a little minute until it's synchronized. So here I am back in Lightroom on my desktop, and you see whatever I did with this iPhone photo. It's there. It's in the collection called From LR Mobile iPad Pro One Photo. It's there. And the thing which is really cool, one thing I love about iPhone photos is that they are GPS tagged. So if I go on a map module, I can see here the Mont Saint-Michel and exactly where I took it, which I don't have with the Sony. And I do more and more iPhone photos, and the ability to shoot it, retouch it, have it in Lightroom, and then I can keep on retouching it. I can go here, there's some cool preset that I like. I'm going to go to my presets up here. In the develop module, I'm going to go to my presets. For example, Western. I'm going to take Western 2. this is some cool preset I created for free. Now Weston 2 has just a little issue, is that it's got the auto, and that's some problem you might have with some of my presets. It's got the auto upright on, so you can turn it off, and boom. And now, if I jump back over to Lightroom Mobile, it's going to update this photo and put it with this preset in Lightroom Mobile. So it just takes a little minute, but let's jump over to the iPad Pro and see if it updates it. All right, and you can see here on the iPad, it is completely updated. And so it's a really cool way to communicate between whatever you do with the iPhone with your desktop, and you can retouch, on the Lightroom Mobile, finish it up on your desktop, or vice versa. If I want to send something over to my iPhone, all I have to do is just, create a collection and just activate this little thing here, and boom, it's going to be on all my iDevice. So I thought that was a really cool thing to do. I think the fact that Adobe added the local adjustment just makes it a whole new level. Now, I also want to tell you that I'm coming out with something new that's only limited to 25 people. That's why I will not be promoting it much, but I want to talk about it at least here. Is that if you go to my website, I'm going to take with me 25 photographers that I'm going to do coaching with. And so if you go on my website, it's called the Photo Search Academy. You see there is a little slider of advertisement. If you take the number 4th one, you come to this one called Photo Search Academy. The way it works is, and this is something I really developed after doing many workshops, where I've seen people in my workshop that have done, been following me for a year or two, and there are things, mistakes they're still doing, or things they're not progressing on because they need really coaching on their photos. And that's what I want to try to do. So the way it works is you have to fill in, give me your portfolio so I can review it, how many years you've been a photographer, what version of Lightroom do you use, what version of Photoshop, what do you think on a scale 1 to 10, how good you are with composition, cityscape, panorama. Anyway, it's a big survey. Once you apply for this, the way it's going to work is I'm going to give you 47 assignments. If you really work hard at it, you should be able to do it into 3 months. And the assignments is going to be based on my Landscape Masterclass course. Basically, we're going to, I'm going to ask you to do certain compositions, different type of photo with, like, for example, golden hour photo, daylight photos. And on each photo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to you're going to submit the photo to me, and I'm going to tell you if I think you passed it or not, or if you should improve something. Sometime I will even do Skype calls with you. That's why I can only take 25 people. I will do video answers so I can show you exactly what I think can be improved with your photos. So if you don't pass the challenge, you can redo it over and over until you passed it, and you got 47 challenges. So it can take, if you really work hard at it, 2-3 months. It's not easy. It's not going to be an easy thing. It's a lot of work. If it's only for people which are really dedicated to their craft. If you're just doing photography, here and there, do not take this course. It's only for people which are very serious about it. I'm not saying it's hard. I'm saying it's work. Anyways, once you pass the 47 challenges, you will get a diploma. A Master of Photography from me, from Serge Remely, from Photo Search, whatever that's worth. But that means you have made it to my standard of photography, and that I've managed to share with you what I've spent 12 years in learning. You might like or not like what I do, but I've got 500,000 followers on the web. My work is in 85 galleries around the world. I've got over 10 books plus 2 fan art books which are doing really well. Some of my fan art photos are bestseller around the world. So I want to share all that, not just to brag and show off, but I want to share with you. I love to share, and if you've been following me for 2 years, you know how much that's true. And so voila, check it out. You got to be fast, because for now I'm going to limit this to 25 students. I will see if I can find a solution to take more students, but for now it's only 25 people, and I've already got 10 people signed up in 1 hour. So, but there is a waiting list. Once you go on the website, if you click on that link, it's not, you cannot purchase it. All you do, it's going to put you on a waiting list, and if there is a spot that frees up, I'm going to pick you up. That's the whole idea. Look forward to seeing you on this Academy application, and I really want to try to do a really cool online. I want to see how much I can help somebody, over Skype or using all this modern technology to really make somebody into a great landscape, cityscape, fine art photographer, or even interior design if that's what you're more into. Voila. So come and check it out, and I will see you in another episode, mesdames et messieurs.